Patient Zero a character people are still debating about. Some have suggested various characters from Penny to even TIO for some strange reason, which is obviously incorrect. Personally, I believe Patient Zero has to be the most obvious character, Mrs. Popperseed. So, in today's video, which you can call a follow-up to my previous theory video about who is Patient Zero, I'll give my reasons why I believe Patient Zero is Mrs. P. I'll also debunk some popular theories about Patient Zero using valid reasoning and evidence. First, let me explain how someone can become Patient Zero. To be Patient Zero, you have to be the first documented case of an unknown disease, in this case, the infection by doctors or scientists. In Piggy's story, the character to be Patient Zero must have been infected by consuming the substance 128 cure. With that in mind, you can list off every character we've seen in Piggy's story, excluding 7 specific characters we know interacted with substance 128. Why specifically 7 characters? Well, thanks to a specific note written by Mr. P in the Outpost, which says,
I don't understand ... I've only made 7 potions. Why is everyone turning just like them?
This directly tells us that only 7 potions were made by Mr. P and his researchers. And do we know who these 7 characters are? Of course, we do. The 7 characters are Penny, Mother, Father, Mrs. P, Doggy, Teacher, and Bunny. Alright, so it has to be one of the Piggy family members because they were the first to interact with Substance 128, correct? No, incorrect. It can't be them because of a note in the temple which says,
Patient Zero could not be found. However, we've tracked down one of the first subjects who have been administered the potion. We must act fast, while the sample is still pure.
This directly separates Patient Zero from the Piggy family, who are referred to as the first subjects. Also before, someone in the comments says Penny is Patient Zero.
She can't be Patient Zero. Let's ignore the evidence I've provided separating her and Patient Zero as different characters for a moment. The same temple note literally says, Patient Zero could not be found. This means Penny cannot be Patient Zero because she was found by the military and scientists when they tracked down one of the first subjects, aka Penny.
Skipping Mrs. P for now, Patient Zero has to be Doggy, Teacher, or Bunny then? No, they can't be Patient Zero for one specific reason. They were infected by Substance 128 during the infection.
Doggy was infected by Pony when he was forced to consume Substance 128. The teacher consumed Substance 128 for some strange reason. Bunny was given Substance 128 by Mr. P.
This leaves us with one character, Mrs. P, who, in my opinion, is the only character that could be Patient Zero for several reasons. First, she was immediately given Substance 128 when Mr. P, and his researchers heard about the Piggy family feeling healthy. Mrs. P also started becoming healthy, just like the Piggy family, until Mr. P and his researchers learned the unfortunate news about the family becoming aggressive.
When Mrs. P started showing aggression and eventually turned into one of the monsters, Mr. P didn't have the heart to harm his wife, so he let her go.
This could have indirectly caused several doctors and researchers to get infected, making them aware of Mrs. P's transformation.
As I mentioned earlier, to be Patient Zero, you must have been infected with a disease that was documented by a doctor or scientist.
While the Piggy family may have turned infected before her, it doesn't mean they were a documented case, which would classify them as Patient Zero. This is why I believe Mrs. P is Patient Zero. One more thing, considering Mrs. P was very ill before being given the cure, it could have accelerated Substance 128's effects, causing her to turn infected much quicker than most characters. Before I reach the end of this theory video, I'd like to debunk for characters people suggest could be Patient Zero. Some say Zompiggy could be Patient Zero, but there's zero evidence to support this aside from Minatoon saying we'll learn why her skin looks like that.
There's a reason for why its flesh kind of looks like that, but that hasn't been explained yet. It'll be explained in the future. I almost spoiled when.
However, there's an issue with Zompiggy being Patient Zero. If she were, it would mean she's the 8th character to be infected by Substance 128. That would imply there were 8 potions, not 7, which contradicts what Mr. P said.
I don't understand ... I've only made 7 potions. Why is everyone turning just like them?
He made 7 potions, not 8, so zompiggy cannot be patient 0. Others have suggested TIO or the friend could be patient 0, which doesn't make sense at all. First, TIO doesn't even have a physical form and has been dead for 100 to 1000 years. Second, why would he drink the potion? He was the one who coerced Mr. P to tell his researchers to create the rushed cure. Lastly, there's no evidence to suggest the friend is patient 0. Some people speculate patient 0 could be a different, unknown character, but the same issue as zompiggy being patient 0 applies here. Anyway, what do you guys think of this follow-up video to my patient 0 theory? Have a great day or good night. Thanks for watching.